All right, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and do example 3 and 4 together. So example 3 says, your family recently had a family portrait taken. Your aunt asks you to take a picture of the portrait using your phone and send it to her. The original portrait is 3 feet by 3 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and label that here. This is the original portrait. So we're going to say that's 3 feet. Again, not drawn to scale, but we can pretend. So 3 feet by 3 feet. And the scale factor is 1/18. So this time we're given the scale factor. So we're given a scale factor of 1/18. And they want us to draw the scale drawing that would be the size of the portrait on your phone. So we're going to draw a scale drawing of the portrait that would be on your phone. So the original is 3 feet by 3 feet, and we want to find what the scale factor of 1/18 would be. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is a scale factor of 1/18 is a pretty small reduction. I'm going to go ahead and change these 3 feet to inches because I'm predicting that my phone, what ends up on the portrait on my phone, is going to end up being in inches because it's going to be much smaller with a scale factor of 1/18. It's going to be quite a reduction. So 3 feet is equal to, 3 feet times 12 inches gives us 36 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and relabel this as 36 inches by 36 inches. You're going to have a problem like this on your homework. So a scale factor of 1/18 means that the phone portrait, so I'm going to just draw a little sketch here. The phone portrait is an 18th of 36. Well, how do I find 1/18 of 36? I know of means to multiply. I'm going to take the original, multiply it by 1/18 to get my scale factor. Or I'm sorry, to get my length of my scale drawing. So this is my phone portrait, and this is my original portrait. All right, so I have 36 over 1 times 1/18. I can just multiply straight across, so I get 36 over 18. Well, in order to simplify that, I could divide them both by 6. That would give me 6/3. Still not completely simplified. I can divide those both again by 3. To get 2 over 1, which is equal to 2. Now remember, this 36 is in inches, so my final answer is in 2 inches. So the phone portrait is a 2-inch by 2-inch picture. And that's my final answer. So I wanted you to draw that scale drawing. Now in your homework, they're going to ask you to actually use a ruler and label and come up with the actual length. For the sake of time on this, we're not going to go ahead and use the ruler to measure that, but you can see that that's not really in proper scale because this is not really 3 feet, so this 2-inch by 2-inch would be much, much smaller than the original picture. But this would be a reduction. So remember, a scale factor of less than 1 is a reduction. On your homework, they're going to ask you enlargement or reduction. All right, let's try our last example. And then you'll get time to work on homework. So example 4 is Nicole is running for school president. Her best friend designed her campaign poster, which measured 3 feet by 2 feet. So here's her poster. Let's go ahead and measure it. 3 feet is the longer side, by 2 feet is the smaller side. Oops. So 3 feet by 2 feet. Nicole liked the poster so much, she produced the artwork on reproduced the artwork on rectangular buttons that measured 2 inches by 1 1/3 inch. So here's her button, so let's measure that. So we have 2 inches, again is the longer side, by 1 1/3 inch. So what is the scale factor? So this is like the icons with Jake's icons. So we want to find the scale factor. So I'm going to go ahead and make that T-chart. And I'm going to put poster as my X. Remember, the original is X. That's my poster. And the button is the reduction. Obviously a button is smaller than a poster. So that's the reduction, and any kind of a reduction or enlargement is the Y from the original. It's the variation. Alright, so let's write our corresponding sides here in our table. So this 3 feet length corresponds with this 2-inch length. Well, I can't put 3 feet and 2 inches here. Again, I'm going to have to change these feet measurements to be in inches. So this 3 feet I'm going to change to 36 inches like we did before. And this 2 feet I'm going to go ahead and change to 24 inches. So 2 feet times 12 gives me 24 inches. Now I can compare inches to inches. It's just like when we had ratios where you had to compare the same units. We need the same units. So the poster length compared to the button length. So poster length is 36 inches and my button length is 2 inches. My poster height is 24 inches and my button height is 1 1/3 inch. All right, in order to find my scale factor, I want to find K, which remember K is equal to the Y, the scale drawing, divided by X, the original. So here I'm going to do 2 divided by 36. I'm going to write that as a fraction, 2 divided by 36, which that can be simplified down, just as we did up here. Remember 36 divided by, or 18 goes into 36 twice. So we know that 2 divided by 36 gives us 1/18. So if we divide both of those by 2, we get 1/18. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that as 1/18. All right, now we have 1 1/3 divided by 24. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to change 1 1/3 to 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 thirds divided by 24 over 1. Now remember, to divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we have 4 thirds times 1 over 24. We'll simplify before we multiply. 4 and 24 can both be divided by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So when I multiply straight across, 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 3 is 18. So we end up with the same scale factor. So my K here is my scale factor. So I'm going to write that on this line. My scale factor for this is 1/18. I don't know if that was intentional to come up with the same scale factor as the last one, but it did. So our scale factor there is 1/18. And we talked about before, a poster to a button. The button is much smaller than the poster, so from the original to the button is a reduction. So this right here is reduction. All right, that is the conclusion of these examples. So you have plenty of examples that correspond with the examples that you'll have for homework. Please, please, please try your best. Look how much work we showed here on the examples. I expect that much work shown on your homework. Keep these notes. On Friday you'll be able to use all these examples, and your quiz is going to look very similar to these examples. You'll be able to use all these examples in order to complete your quiz on Friday, so please keep these organized. All right, please work hard on your homework. We'll check it with an answer key tomorrow, and then Ms. Stevens will be doing our third day of video. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday.